All right, so if you're living in Mexico or planning to move to Mexico, I'm here to warn you that Duolingo is not your friend. Duolingo will not help you learn Spanish. And why is that? Well, I'm going to break it down for you. Uh, Duolingo, the Spanish that's Duolingo teaches is European Spanish, from Spain, Castiliano Spanish. That's more so what it focuses on. It doesn't really teach you Mexican Spanish, right? Or any Spanish in like other Latin American countries. So Mexico has its own, kind of has its own thing, right? Like some pronunciations, like voy might sound like boy with a B. Different slang. It's a whole different context of words. You're just not really doing yourself a lot of favors by using Duolingo. Another thing, Duolingo doesn't really get you out of your comfort zone. Like, yeah, it hits you with the lights and tells you you're on the streak with the flame emojis. Like, oh man, I'm really making progress here. But in reality, I mean, are you speaking to people? I mean, me personally, look, if somebody tells me that they be using Duolingo to learn Spanish, I'm 9 times out of 10 just gotta think you probably don't speak Spanish. I've just never seen it. I've never seen anybody use Duolingo and just become fluent in Spanish. The reason is because Spanish is a team sport, right? It requires teamwork. You have to talk to somebody because that's what you want to do, right? That's why you want to speak Spanish. You don't want to just learn about Spanish like we did in school, where you memorizing vocabulary words and studying for a test and use brain dumping. No, you want to speak Spanish. So that's the thing about Duolingo. Duolingo just doesn't actually get you out of your comfort zone to actually speak with people, right? And Duolingo, another thing too, it's just not. I don't know. It's just not really that good of an app. It has all that AI. It has like they're in the news now by like using AI, and I mean we're not here to talk to robots and computers. We're here to talk to people, right? We want to talk to other humans. That is the main crux of what we're trying to do. So, now what I recommend is getting a Spanish learning system. A Spanish learning system is going to allow you to, have your progress tracked and hold you accountable. It's going to give you the tools you need to engage with other people and talk to people. Give you, put you in, situations where you're you know, at fun situations, random situations, uncomfortable situations, all these different scenarios you want to be to practice Spanish because just seeing a bunch of words pop up on the screen, like, manzana, naranja, fruits and all that stuff, like, what is that? I mean, what are you gonna do with that? Nobody, no, you want to know how to buy an apple. You want to know how many pesos for this apple or this orange, like where can I get fresh oranges? That's what you want to do. You want to talk about the past, the present, what you're about to do, what you could do, and what you already did. That's what we do with languages, and that's how we communicate, right? So yeah, just don't use Duolingo. Nah, just find subscribe to me. Look up, learn about my Spanish learning system that I got in the description box below. Check it out. It's a whole master class going on. It's about an hour long. So yeah, it's in the description box below. That's what I recommend. I recommend getting a Spanish learning system and having actually acquire Spanish. Actually learn. Actually, any other skill set. No flashcards. No memorizing vocabulary words. No tests. None of that shit. Your test is, can you speak? Can you understand? Your classroom is the world. Your teacher are the people, right? You don't want to, have to like anytime you learn it is when you open up Duolingo and you get a little another day streak. It's not learning. That's just gamifying, just giving you dopamine hits to make you feel like you're actually making progress. When in actuality, you're not really making progress. I mean, it's a real nasty game that Duolingo plays. I trust me. I remember using Duolingo. I used Duolingo for years. Years I used Duolingo. Didn't learn no Spanish at all. When I arrived in Mexico after using Duolingo for years, all I could say was "Hola, cómo estás?" That's all I knew. I couldn't talk about my day. I couldn't talk about what I needed. I couldn't tell where I needed to go, or I couldn't talk about where I was from. Or I couldn't talk about anything. I was just just stuck on a log. But but this Spanish learning system is gonna slice all the pain and all the time wasted that you probably already tried on Duolingo. Having a Spanish learning system is the way. That is the way to learn Spanish. So yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much it for me. But like I said before, go to the link in the description box below and sign up for my master class about my three-step Spanish hacker method. Basically my Spanish learning system is what I call it, Spanish hacker method. That's what it's called. So all right, y'all. It's your boy Lou. We'll catch y'all next one. Peace.